Folks, what's up? Welcome to the Scotty P Show. Live from 2788 Studios, sunny Cienega, California. Stu did not let me have the executive suite because he said I'm shooting the show solo. It's just me. I ain't got no coffee dog. I ain't got no Philly food. I ain't got no stuffle bean. It's just me. So they said, hey, boy, since you sitting by yourself, go on to the west side corner. And that's all good because we're going to shoot the show regardless. That's all gravy. So we have 3 regular-ass morning games this week. We have 1 afternoon game. My fault. It's all peace and Toby dog. The Giants are the only team that won out of our 4 teams this past week. How you like them apples? And now they are not going to be the least interesting game of the week for the first time this season. Now, let me give y'all some records because y'all know this show is the bet, and the bet is all about them scrims. Now, everybody was shooting bad last week. Everybody was shooting bad last week. UNC Philly D with his West Coast family went 0-4. Victoria May K, Vicky Kicks, Vicky Swag, Stuffle Bean, a.k.a. B. Boo! That bitch went 0-4 too. Coffee Dog went 1-3. Your host, Scotty P, went 2-2. As I said, everybody was shooting bad. So the overall records, we got UNC Philly D at 29-19. 7 games back from the leader. I think we're safe to say that dude's out of the mix, but we still gonna shoot this show. Victoria May K, Stuffle Bean, 33-15. The Coffee Dog, 34-14. And once again, sitting solo at the top. Solo! All by myself. All by myself. You got no one else. There's no one else. In first place, that is your boy, your host, your motherfucking uncle, Scotty P, sitting at 36-12. Now, did I say 36? 36-12. With that being said, Woozy, White, boy, bring us on in so we can talk some football. Play that music.
What it do? This is Alabama's own Woozy White Boy, and y'all tuned in to the Scotty P Show.
You dig? First game, folks. We got them Philadelphia Eagles and them Seattle Seahawks, the battle of the birds. Now, both teams are coming off some losing streaks. Seattle has lost 4 in a row. Philadelphia has lost 2 in a row. Now, both of them have lost to some similar teams. Not similar, the same exact teams. Philadelphia lost to San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys. Seattle lost 2 games to the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Seattle had a smaller margin of loss in each one of those games rather than Philly did. Philly got their ass kicked. Philly was originally supposed to be game of the week, but they got flexed out of it, just like they got flexed into the Monday night game out of the Chiefs. And Chiefs moved back, but that's the Chiefs are playing the Patriots. We'll get to all that a little later. But Seattle, Philadelphia, flexed back to game 1 on a Scotty P Show. And you would be flexed to the second game, but again, you have a prime time game, and it's against a quality opponent that's got playoff implications. And Kansas City is going back to the second game, is playing the New England Patriots. Philly went from first in the conference, from first in the division, losing 2 games in a row, and now has become second in the division, has become 5th in the conference, which means they don't even get a home game to start the playoffs. But rest assured, Uncle Philly Foo, Philadelphia still owns that spot. As long as they win the rest of their games, they control the outcome of what y'all going to do going into the playoffs. Now, Vicky May K, Christopher Coffee, and Philadelphia Phil have all gone with them Schmeagles. I'm a little torn on it because the game's in Seattle, right? The game is in Seattle. You might say, man, that's a bad weather place. Well, Philadelphia plays in some bad weather. Yeah, Seattle, it's only going to be 50 degrees high on Sunday, and there's going to be moisture, all through the motherfucking air, all on the field, and that might give Philadelphia a disadvantage. Nah, dog, they play like that up on the East Coast, so they'll be all good with that. Now, Philadelphia has looked bad lately, man. The defense is number 27 as far as scoring, or excuse me, maybe even 28 in the league on scoring. But Seattle also is one of the worst teams on defense in the league. They are right behind Philadelphia as far as the scoring goes. So, I don't know if Geno Smith's playing this week or are they going to have Drew Lock from Vanderbilt University playing. But all I know is that they ain't going to cry Eagles cry this week. They going to fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Give me them birds. Second game, we got them Chiefs and Melissa Michelle, a.k.a. Patriots. Vicky McKay, Coffee Dog, Philly Foo all went with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's in Foxborough. Patriots are coming off that win against Pittsburgh after losing 5 straight. And Kansas City lost 2 straight, and they lost 4 of 6. That's the Vicks Donks. Unks cry, Eagles cry. Lil Essays, Green Bay native touches, and Buffalo Misty's Buffalo Bills. New England also is about to get rid of their Hall of Fame coach, the 6-time champion coach, the 6-time Super Bowl champion coach. Is that team going to rally around him like teams do when they've got a new interim coach or they got a new backup quarterback who's going to go in there to play? Are they going to give Bill Belichick his flowers on the way out and play their ass off for him? The Kansas City Chiefs won last week against Buffalo. Matter of fact, Eddie, show Vicky Kicks celebrating on the table at that little bar we went to in North Park. See, Kansas City won a game until they didn't. Your boy was offsides. Jennifer, your boy was offsides. Victoria, your boy was offsides. Martin and Cindy, your boy was offsides. Michelle Jeezy, your boy was offsides. So quit trying to do that bullshit about, well, sometimes they don't call it offsides and sometimes they do. You broke the motherfucking rule. And you say, well, he did it 5 times during the game and they didn't call it the first 5. Okay, that's cool. So if you went out robbing motherfucking stores and the police didn't get you the first 4 times, and you went out and robbed a store for the 5th time and the police got your ass, your argument is that y'all didn't get me the first 4 times? That's bullshit. And also, oh my God, Jen, don't get mad at me. I love you. You're the number 1 fan of the show. You're one of my favorite people in my life. Absolutely. I know you're getting mad. I know you're making that face over there right now like, fuck Cotty P. And I get it. I get it. But the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes are the last team that can be complaining about getting referees' calls. Are you fucking kidding me? You know how many calls you got over the years, over these 5 or 6 years that y'all been going to the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl each year? Such bullshit calls. And Pat Mahomes, Mr. Man, that wasn't inconsequential. Maybe he was a little bit offsides, but the referees should let us decide the game, not them decide the game. Dog, you know how many fucking times I've seen y'all get the fucking calls that decided the game? I ain't even go to the Super Bowl last year on that holding call. That was such bullshit. You guys lose the Super Bowl if it wasn't for that call. But also, going back to inconsequential calls, we're talking about Pat Mahomes getting tackled, and at the same time, somebody on the defense hand runs right by his face and hit him on his little pussy-ass face mask. Who's your quarterback, bitch? That motherfucking cryboy is the motherfucking quarterback. That's who the fuck it is. And anyway, so going back to what I was saying, there was all these calls where his face barely got hit by a hand or something, and he wanted the call, even though those plays were inconsequential to the play that happened. Those plays would have happened the same if it didn't. And he's crying about that shit? No, you can't cry about that shit. Y'all fucking lost, man. Don't act like a pussy. Go to the middle of the field, talk to Josh Allen, and then tell him, man, that was the worst call of all time at that time that I ever seen. Sounding like Kermit the Frog. That's why Josh Allen, you patted on the chest and dipped out. Fucking do it. Quit crying about some motherfucking calls, Patrick Mahomes and them Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I will give one credit to Patrick Mahomes. They asked him in a post-game interview, from now on, are you going to look to different receivers? Are you going to talk to them? Are you going to see what's going on and try to tell them they're not doing good? And he said, nah, I'll trust my wide receivers. Because that's a motherfucker who rides for his people. He rides with his people. He rides with his people. That's my type of folks. I love that shit because I ride for my motherfuckers too, man. Every single day, every single minute. If somebody's against us, nah, that's my homie. He's with us. He's part of us, and he's all good. I love that shit about Patrick Mahomes. But the crying was a little bit too much, and I love the online shit when they show him arguing, when they show him chasing the referee down and going, that's bullshit, man. That was a whack-ass call. And they just play the baby's voice of crying over that shit. I absolutely love it. Anyway, I ain't got no faith in the New England Patriots. I feel really bad for them. I don't care where the game is. I don't care who's starting for who as long as Pat Mahomes is out there because the Chiefs are going to fuck them boys up. You don't want to fuck with them off of a loss, especially a loss when they feel they didn't deserve it. Travis Kelce out there making Hall of Fame plays like he just did, and your boy Tony sitting on the sidelines about to cry like he was about to because they know the camera's on him at all moments. Shit, best know they got redemption on their mind. Revang on their mind. Man, give me the Red Kingdom and them Chiefs. Now we got to talk about the least interesting game of the week, which I hate to do because it's the Miami Dolphins. Least interesting game of the week isn't always going to mean that's the worst game. It could be a fucking great game, but there's a lot of factors that go into why your team and your team got put into this game. And that could be how many points you lost by, the manner in which you lost. Maybe the other team just have a great game going and you got stuck in that spot. But what happened to us is giving up a 14-point lead with 2 minutes left in the game. We gave them the ball, 4.5 minutes left. We're up 14. They drive down the field. They get a touchdown to D-Hop. Understandable. Cool. 2:40 left. Also, they get the 2-point conversion, so they're only down 6. But all we need to do is get a first down. All we need to do is get a first down. The game is over. We're still on top of the AFC. We don't do that. What do? We go 3 and out. We run 25 total seconds off the clock. We kick the ball to them. They hit D-Hop for a big pass of 30, 40 yards. They go down. They score again. A total of 48 seconds has gone off the clock from when we were up 27-13, and now we are down 28-27. We can't produce anything. We get a first down or two. We get to the 50-yard line. All of a sudden, it's 4th and 3. Tua takes a sack. Game over. We lose the game. We lose our lead on the conference and hosting every game. The damn conference championships coming through Miami. We lost that. So where are y'all now? Y'all are on the least interesting game of the week. The Jets have an impressive win over the Texans. Only gave up 6 against the Texans, and that's C.J. Stroud, my boy, my second team, them Houston Texans. That's right, C.J. Stroud. I'm following him. I'm in his camp. OH. I don't know about all that shit, dog. 37 minutes, the New York Jets held the ball in the time of possession that game. The first half, they had 92 yards passing and 18 rushing. And so the New York Jets fans are sitting there thinking, God damn, Zach Wilson done came back, and he ain't able to do nothing for us. Now, Zach Wilson did come back 3 games ago against Buffalo. He had 81 total yards in passing. So they sat him for the last 2. In those 2 games, the Jets scored 8 points, and they scored 13 points. So now they put Zach Wilson back in. First half, nothing. 0 points. What's he do in the second half? Zachtrick Mahomes comes out and helps him put up 30 points with 2 touchdowns and throwing for 200 yards. The Dolphins lost their starting center in their last game, in addition to already being down 2 offensive starting linemen. A bunch of folks didn't practice this week. Tyreek and Achane being 2 of the folks who didn't practice. A bunch of other folks are limited. The Jets have a fucking awesome defense. I think they're 2nd against the pass, but they're like 28th against the rush. Now, the Dolphins had a fucking awesome running attack in this last game. I wish we had run more because we were averaging about 5.5 per carry. And I understand the balance. You got to do pass balance with run balance. But damn, we should have ran more and won that fucking game. We didn't. Now, I have no more faith in the Dolphins after this last game. Losing like that, you can't be a championship team. And I'm not talking about faith in the regular season. I'm talking about faith in a championship team, which we don't have right now, I don't believe, because of giving up a lead like that. And the other 3 times that we played a winning team, not the other 3 times, the only 3 times we played winning teams, we got our motherfucking ass whooped. So it puts no belief in them. Coffee Dog, Uncle Fu, Stufflebean, all went with Miami. Give me them Dolphins too, baby. Fins up! Now we got the game of the week. Y'all know what that is. All them true football fans know what that shit is right there. New York Football Giants going to New Orleans to play the Saints in the Dome. New Orleans coming off that big win versus Carolina. Now, I say big win. I don't mean like it was a meaningful game, a battle of 2 great teams playing each other. I just mean big win by they whooped that ass. 28-6. Carolina's 1-12. And, you know, man, they got a roll tide quarterback. Can I get a roll tide? Roll Tide. It's all right. Roll Tide's about to win this championship. Fuck Michigan and fuck Texas. We got y'all in the motherfucking rematch, baby. Jen, how many times did I say motherfucker? You supposed to be over there counting. The Giants were up 21-13 against them Green Bay native touches going into the 4th. Green Bay put up 3, and then they scored a touchdown but didn't get that 2-point conversion. So now there's 1:30 left, and the Giants are down to their 3rd-string quarterback. There's no way they're going to win this shit. There's no way them New York Football little Giants are going to come back and win this game and become Game of the Week next week on the Scotty P Show. Call who? Tommy Cutlets, baby. Call him up. All that dude did was rip a couple passes down the field, set them up, and they kicked the field goal and won the game. And now the Giants are no longer the least interesting game of the week, although it had a 13 straight weeks run of picking that shit off. Victoria went with the Giants. Coffee Dog went with the Giants. Uncle Philly went with the Giants. Everybody went with everybody's team this week. Everybody's trying to go 4-0. Everybody's holding on to each other homies to win this championship for the Scotty P Show. Screams! Also, give me them G-Men. Give me the Giants, baby. Woozy white boy. Take us on out of this show, big dog. Play the music.